Rome is a city that's steeped in history and culture and is home to some of the world's most iconic landmarks. Sport is also a key part of the city's heritage, with two Serie A clubs, Lazio and Roma, playing at the magnificent Stadio Olimpico. One game, however, is still searching for a place on the Roman sporting map. Cricket, which was practically unheard of when a young man from Sri Lanka first came to the city, is trying to find a foothold in the Italian capital.
I came in a scholarship to study at the University of Rome, and I was playing cricket in Sri Lanka in the college level. And I met one of the Italian friends called Simone Gambino, who studied in England, and he knew about some cricket. And he told me that cricket will die in Italy unless we start the cricket for the Italians. We started with Rome, 4 teams in Rome. Then there was a team in Milan, all foreigners playing there also. Then we took a team to London. I captained the team, and we went there and played with some of the second teams in London. And the Italian papers wrote about it. And when we came back, people from other cities, they were phoning us, asking us to come and help them to form clubs.
Despite managing to establish a cricketing system, the sport remains some way from becoming popular with the football-mad population. The national team receives hardly any coverage within the mainstream media.
It's actually a, let's say, growing sport, simply because we come from a very, very low, let's say, level. So everything, we can actually only go up. Now, what's happening is that a lot of foreigners, expats are coming into Italy, and this actually are going to grow, actually making our numbers much bigger.
The big fight that I have, to introduce cricket is to help them to understand the philosophy of cricket.
When I just play and say, this is similar to the baseball, and the first time that I just go to the cricket, I was knowing very good baseball, and just with me I bring my baseball gloves, thinking that they're going to use it, and the coach say, no, we don't use that. So it was very, very fun.
To try and promote the game, cricket is being taken into schools around the country, and the man in charge of Italian sport is fully aware that something needs to change at grassroots level.
We have to consider where sports are going, especially that disciplines that maybe are not so popular in Italy as cricket.
I've been in schools for ages from 11 to 18, and I can tell you I've been all over Italy with Italians that have never seen a game of cricket in their lives. And what happens was that as soon as I used to get in the classes, everybody was shouting and screaming, let's play soccer, let's play soccer.
To be honest, this country is completely based on football. So the parents are crazy for football. And to be honest, if the parents have to push his son to play football or cricket, unfortunately, he will push on football.
If the parents are involved in cricket, and especially in the values of cricket, I think that could be a wonderful future for the sport.
I used to say to everybody, look, give me 10 minutes of this new game. If you get bored, I will stop and play soccer with you. And I'm very happy to say that never once I stopped playing cricket, and every single time I finished the session, everybody wanted to play again this new game.
A lack of any real structure at junior level means that even if children are encouraged to stay involved, hardly any cricket is available to them. Even at senior level, the small number of teams means that players have to travel considerable distances just to ensure they play competitive cricket.
Normally under 13s train half of the summer for a weekend. That is a big problem, but then again, there are not that many clubs who play under 13. Distances are long, it's hard to travel and expensive. So we need to build up more regional tournaments, but you can only get that with more clubs putting attention into youth cricket.
Once you have kids interested, by giving them only 2 games a year is not enough. What we try to do is to make training as funny, as wonderful as much as possible, but it's actually the game environment that actually makes everybody happy and enjoy the game.
We play in Rome although it's in the center of Rome, we're the most southern team in the first division, which means our closest away game is 600 kilometers drive, our closest. The furthest one is to Trento, where we have to get a night train. That means we leave on Saturday night at 10 or 11 and get back on Monday morning, which is a bit stressful.
Coaches insist that poor facilities are a major part of why Italian cricket is losing players to other sports. Roma Capannelle are the reigning national champions, but their solitary cricket net is in a car park. They are desperate to improve their home ground, which currently only has an artificial wicket. But with a chronic lack of funds in Italian cricket, this is a long way off.
The federation have to improve, in my opinion. They have to have a grass pitch. I don't mind in Rome, in Milan, in Italy, they must have one minimum grass pitch. Because if the national team have to work and we play always in artificial pitch when we play home, if we have like tournaments in Singapore, we play on grass pitch, on turf, and it's a completely different game.
As a coach, I can tell you that more often than not happens that you're trying to actually coach a kid saying that a ball of a certain area should be played in such a way. If it behaves, of course, in that way. What happens in Italy is that we haven't got the right facilities or the right wickets, and all of a sudden the ball is like jumping up in the head or just going down the floor.
Some of these grounds don't have any changing facilities, you know, because if you're used to going and play a sport and then afterwards you can't take a shower, I mean, you know, it's quite a problem for you.
Rome is a massive city and we've only got 5 or 6 clubs, and most of these clubs don't have a good home ground, don't have good nets, so it's hard to develop. If you want to have fun and play, you're going to find a park, a strip on which to play, but if you want to get a good level to play, you need good facilities, obviously.
Capannelle have a number of players who have represented Italy, but they can often find their pathway to the national team blocked by players from overseas. The likes of Michael Di Venuto and Gareth Berg have represented Italy in the past, but there are mixed feelings from those in the game as to whether this sends out the right message to Italian-born youngsters.
To be honest, I don't understand why people that are not Italian, but they play overseas, can play for us.
I think you can have a few players coming from Australia, but you need at least 3 or 4 totally homegrown Italian players who are going to learn from the Australians in the team. So you have to mix them up.
If they live here from a long time, I think it's okay. But if you have this player that they don't they don't speak well your language, they don't live in your culture.
Maybe good players can put Italy on the map, but having said that, we then need to have the youngsters that grow up and are actually Italian-born that actually can make the national team.
You have to put a dream on children. Because to be honest, I continue to play this game, because one day I will be in the national team. So if you give a dream to the youngest, you will continue to have like a lot of children play.
Despite all the issues surrounding cricket in Italy, players at clubs such as Capannelle are determined to enjoy the game. And each week the national champions take part in a bowl-off at the end of their net session.
I have a dream, I must say, and that is to actually show cricket on television. I think that's the only way that you can actually get all Italians to get to know this game.
I would like for cricket to get into the Olympics. That would be my dream, which would be the only way cricket can really grow quickly in Italy.
I made a bet with myself, you know, because it's very easy, you know, to pick up expatriates that have kids. And I said, I want to grow up Italians, and I'm sure that in 3 or 4 years' time, they will be at the same level as expatriates.
In the public park, there are a lot of these people who are trying to teach cricket to Italian people. This is a slow movement, but I'm optimistic for cricket in the future in Italy.
So it's clear that there is a real desire from those involved to make sure that cricket will soon be a serious player in Italian sport.